What it do, world? This is Dominic, Syracuse, and here's another edition of the Domunist Manifesto. Today, I want to talk about the lessons that I have learned living in a Mexican neighborhood. So I live in a predominantly Mexican neighborhood, and I love it. I love the food, I love the culture, I love the people. I mean, have you ever been to a Mexican birthday party? That is lit. Those kids get down, all right? Piñatas, banda music, it's amazing. We even have this lady, and she's called the tamale lady, and she does the tamale call. I wake up every Sunday morning to the tamale call. I'll be sleeping, and I'll hear, tamale, 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 tamale. And I'll be like, where is it? Where is it? It's like a game of Mexican Marco Polo. I'm running around the streets just like, where is she? Tamale, tamale, tamale. Over here, over there. Amazing. And I love my neighborhood. I love the food. I love the culture, except for 4th of July, because then it becomes like Kuwait. That's literally how it is every single day. Here's the problem. I don't speak Spanish. Mis español es muy malo. Malo. Malo? Alyssa Milano? Marshmallow. Mis español es marshmallow. I'm really bad at Spanish. I've never been good in Spanish. I remember in high school, I had to take 2 years of Spanish, and the first day they said, does anybody know how to say, may I go to the bathroom? And I said, yo soy puerta? And she said, no, Dominic, that's I am a door. It's a shame I don't speak Spanish because I would love to speak Spanish, especially as our world is evolving. I feel like it is a skill everybody should cultivate. I think we have a problem in the United States of treating people who are learning the language as though they're stupid. If somebody speaks very broken English, we have a tendency of talking to them like they're 3 years old. We're like, would you like to? Listen, their English is so much better than your wherever they're from. I also feel like anybody who speaks Spanish is immediately smarter than I am. Where am I going with that? Oh yeah, I would love to speak Spanish because I think there's a lot of great Mexican terms of endearment. Like one time my son's mother was on the phone with her grandma and she was like, okay, mija, I love you, bye. I want to be someone's mija. I want so badly to be a mija. Did you know there's a guy down the street who's got a really sweet term of endearment for me in Spanish? Every time I park my car in front of his house, I get out and he goes, sup, pendejo? And I'm like, hi, friend. It's a nice guy. It's a nice man. So I love this neighborhood, but I didn't always live there. In fact, when I first moved to Los Angeles from the Midwest, I decided to pick the nicest, ritziest neighborhood I possibly could because as a general rule, I try to avoid anywhere that Dr. Dre sings about. But here's the problem. Those neighborhoods are super expensive. Like when I would come to LA and I would see all those starving artists, I thought to myself, oh, they're starving because they have to suffer for their craft. And then I realized, no, they're starving because they live in Los Angeles.
I have no money.
So I get evicted. So there I am, packing all of my stuff into a moving van, and it's piling up in the street. And because I didn't have money for movers, I was doing it all by myself, which you could imagine was really, really difficult. And then, after about 4.5 hours of me drudging luggage from one place to another, and furniture, and belongings, and all of this crazy shit. So then this man walks out and I think, oh my gosh, finally some help. And he goes like this, excuse me, when are you going to be done? And I was like, listen, I'm trying my hardest, okay? And he's like, no, you listen. I spend way too much money to be looking out my window all day and just seeing you and your filth all over the street. If this isn't cleaned up by midnight, I'm calling the police and we're having all this stuff thrown away. I'm like, fine. So, hook it all in, put it in the U-Haul myself and drive to my current neighborhood. At this point, it's 1 in the morning. I gotta do this fast because I'm exhausted and I just want to get it done. So I grab as much stuff as I possibly can fit in my little fun size arms and I drudge it up the stairs. And the second I get all the way to the top, boom, it just starts falling everywhere. Stuff is toppling down the stairs. I am making so much noise. It all of a sudden sounds like my neighborhood on 4th of July. Then my new neighbor, who I haven't even met yet, comes out like, what's going on? I've clearly woken him up with my crazy bomb dropping of luggage. And I say, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to move in. I'm the new neighbor. I live upstairs. I had to be out by tonight. And I immediately could tell he doesn't speak English. Great. And as we've gone through before, mis español es marshmallow. So he goes inside and I think to myself, great, I've pissed off 2 neighbors in one day. But then the door opens again and out he comes with his whole family, his children, his wife, even his mother and father came outside. And they were clearly exhausted, just waking up, all in their pajamas. And without me saying a word, they started picking up my stuff and bringing it to the room. We got the whole thing done in 30 minutes. And I was blown away with the kind of day that I had had. To experience that kind of kindness really warmed my soul. On top of all of it, this was near Christmas time. So I wanted to say thank you in any way I could. So I decided to tell them Merry Christmas in Spanish. So I opened my arms and I went up to each of them and I said, Feliz cumpleaños, Feliz cumpleaños, Feliz cumpleaños. And then I looked at the grandfather and he was looking at me like this. And it was then I realized that Feliz cumpleaños means happy birthday. So to give you an idea of what they saw from their perspective, some little kid is drudging upstairs, dropping this all over the floor. They come outside to help him, pick it up, unload a van for him, and here I am going, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Told y'all, my Spanish is so bad. But here's the point. It doesn't matter what language you speak, what culture you come from, what's the color of your skin, what's your ethnic background, how much money you have or how much money you don't, whether you can afford to live in the richest part of town or the poorest parts of the world. What matters is when somebody's in need, are you able to help them? And the love that that family showed me restored my faith in people in general. So, here's my challenge for you. Next time you see anybody that needs help, whether it's something big or something small, if it's something as easy as helping your parents do the dishes or something as extreme as donating to charity or going for a cause overseas, anything you can do makes this world a little better. Keep that in your hearts and Feliz cumpleaños. I'm Dominic, Syracuse. Remember, this machine kills fascists.